Bitcoin on the Gaussian channel. Historically, the entire history of Bitcoin on the 5-day Gaussian, the weekly Gaussian, and maybe a secret Gaussian that we haven't covered before, maybe revealing some things that macro level playing out in a big way, and I'll leave it up to you to decide how to interpret it. All that and more in today's video. Welcome back. We're looking at the 5-day, all going back to 2010 on the Gaussian channel. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times historically we've turned red on the 5-day Gaussian. What does that mean? Well, when you turn red historically, you're going to be spending some time down yonder, lower prices, consolidation, bearish price levels. That's plain and simple. So on the 5-day, once you're under it, how useful is it? Well, on the 5-day, maybe not so useful. After, certainly when you're at low prices, right? You could see now, right? We've had our warning signs. The warning signs are way past. Now, how is this helpful now? Well, on the 5-day, maybe it's not quite as helpful. Maybe you got to go up a level. So let's do that. Going up to the weekly Gaussian channel. Now we're looking like we're getting a little bit more information, right? We've turned red on the 5-day Gaussian. That does not mean prices have to plummet, although that's exactly what we did, right? Not only that, you have your 21-week in the yellow, your 8-week EMA in the red. Also, you have your 200-week down here in the orange. Note where we are right now. Note where we went to the pandemic. Note where we went to 2018 bear market levels, right? That is still not the best information in this video, right? So zooming out, let's look at the weekly. Now we're on the BLX here, right? What is the BLX? It shows you more history for Bitcoin. So if you're wondering what Bitcoin's not at 22K, right? Bitcoin, if you want to know, is at 21.2. Okay, so the BLX does not update as fast as Bitcoin. But you can go farther back in history. So if you're interested in doing that, just search for BLX on your chart. So now looking back at history, right, on the weekly, 1, 2, 3, we're in our 4th weekly red. Historically, that's lasted for a bit of time, right? You don't usually come right out of it after turning red. However, once you've hit this orange line, historically, that is very near, if not the exact bottom. So where are we now? Very near, if not the exact bottom. Now, does that mean we can't go lower? Of course not, right? There's a first time for everything. And looking at a different chart that we're going to look at momentarily might open your eyes a little bit more. So again, we're under the weekly Gaussian channel. We've been under the orange. We've only done that one time in history. So I would say this time is not really like the pandemic, right? It wasn't a flash crash. It wasn't a black swan event. We kind of saw this coming, right? So what kind of information can we get now? Well, not much more can we do with the weekly Gaussian. So what should we do? Maybe try one more step up. Let's zoom way out to the monthly. And now you might see a Brachiosaurus. But take it off log scale, and then it hopes it helps you. Okay, so now we're looking at the monthly Gaussian channel. So what do we got to look at? Well, here's the top of the monthly Gaussian. Are you seeing anything yet? Right, let's go back in history. Right, the month of the top of the monthly Gaussian. Tap it here. We actually went in, but we've never closed inside the monthly Gaussian. So, I mean, this is going way back here, right? We briefly did it in 2015, right? Just for a couple months and then gone. However, what else are we looking at? Well, look at your monthly moving averages. EMA 8 in the red, EMA 21 month in the yellow. When they cross, the bottom is in, right? Right as they cross, the bottom is in. Let's look at the next time. Right as they cross, like, I'll zoom in here for you. Right as they cross, the bottom is in. Okay? The monthly. Right? We haven't crossed yet? No. Will it cross this month? Maybe once we close this candle, right? We still have 15 days. You can see it out here. 15 days, 9 hours. Once we close, this would have likely crossed. And historically, yeah, we only have 3 data points, but on the monthly chart, it has much more weight than a daily or a weekly or an hour or a 5 minute or 1 second. We're approaching the top level of the monthly Gaussian channel, which that number is 19.3, right? We've hit 20K, so maybe we got a little bit more to go. Maybe we got a lot bit more to go. Maybe we wick down like we did in the pandemic, right? Look at the wick held just above the median line on the Gaussian. Right now, that median line is 12.6. Are we going to go down there? Nobody knows where we're going, right? But you could back that up, right? You could maybe see some evidence of that, right? Look at the monthly candles. We closed this monthly candle at 13.8. We wicked up in 2019 to 13.8, right? We potentially could wick down there. Closing down there, unlikely that we close in here, but we've done it once in 2015, just very briefly. So if we do, realize that the bottom is likely approaching sometime in the next maybe month or so, right? Just based on history. This doesn't, TA doesn't predict the future. It shows you history. That's all it does. TA is not meant to predict the future, although a lot of people try to do that, right? So when we're crossing, this will be a very important update in 15 days and 9 hours. We'll see what this does. We'll see where prices are. We'll see where prices have been between now and then. So wanted to show you that. And not only that, let's look at that level again. So back to regular chart, we got our Bollinger Bands. This is on the monthly, right? Look at this. Very important. This is not my opinion. This is based on TA alone, right? Looking at the chart here, the top line of this box right there, that 13.8 level, right? That's where we closed on a monthly scale back in 2017 top. 20K doesn't really matter, right? That was a fleeting moment. 20K, everyone's so focused on 20K. Psychological level, sure. TA level on the monthly, meaningless, right? 14K, closing monthly candle on our all-time high, 14K. Wick up on our super summer rally of 2019 to 13.8, 13.8, 13.8, right? Monthly candles. And there, guess what? 13.8 right here, closed again. That's 3 monthly tops, right? Closing candles and then our breakout. So 13.8 seems on the monthly the most likely major level, right? Major level. That's not my opinion. That's based on this chart. And if you're disagreeing with that, that's your emotion telling you that and not the chart telling you that, because that should be easy to see for you. Okay. Now the bottom of this box, right? You got to consider potentially looking down here, right? A monthly close there, right? Another wick, a monthly close there on 2019, right? Open candle, wick up right to those levels. That's just shy of 11K. So somewhere in here for a wick shouldn't be that surprising, right? Based on where we are, right? Not a lot of people, myself included, I was very skeptical of 20K again, but here we are, right? So brush your emotion thinking aside and just look at the facts that are in front of you. So hopefully that's at least eye-opening, right? I'm not saying we're going down there, but that is the logical TA chart level based on just the chart, right? Approaching lower Bollinger Bands, which by definition, prices are low, but no saying that we can't go through them, right? I mean, look how bullish we got month after month after month after month to the top side of the Bollinger Bands. So we'll see what we end up doing. Hopefully this helped you today. Crypto Fear and Greed Index is flatlined. We're looking for a pulse, and we're at 7. Historically, we've not been much lower ever. We've been at 5 one time in history, right? Let's look at the max chart real quick. Right back in here, 2019, right? Not even really a reason for it. We didn't get that spooked back then, but here we are today. So we'll see what that ends up doing for us. Let's do the quote of the day. Childhood is a short season, and a season that maybe most of us in the past week or so would like to go revisit. Can we relive the childhood season just whenever I want? All right, car of the day. We're in battle now, so we have the new military electric Hummer with machine guns and all the planes with the definitely photoshopped, but pretty great. The crypto battle has ensued, and we are in the middle of it. Get me inside this thing and let me shoot Celsius. All right, I'll see you on the next video. Thumbs up if you haven't already. Love y'all. Keep it under 10 minutes.